Hello my friends, Al Furtado here, the Rebel Turner, and I'm back. Okay, I want to bring up a little bit of a subject prior to getting to turning. And that is about any time that you do something that's outside your norm. A little different from what you normally do. In this particular case, this piece over here. When you do one thing, it should generate different ideas of what else you can do, driven from one. So, without much further ado, let's get started. Now that reference paper will stay around here for a little while because at some point I will probably refer to it as like, oh, there was something I wanted to do, and you question, what was it? Or maybe not, you just come out and do it. So this turning is no different from basically any turning that I do. It's gets mounted on a lathe, on a spur drive, and between the live center. That's going to be that saucer style with a little bit of a foot on it, coming up fairly straight, flat over here with a little bit of a detail line and two beads separating it, going up into the mouth. What if I make the mouth in the same plane, or what if I make it come up? That I will let develop as it's going along. The bit part of the wood was somewhere over here, so I'm going to keep this as being kind of towards the bottom so it radiates up into a wider grain at the mouth of the piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is put it up in this orientation so I can make a tenon on that side and take it from there. Haven't sharpened this tool in a little while, so give it a quick sharpening. And that, my friends, is a pretty sharp edge. Tool rests pretty close to my workpiece. I'm going to start this off going fairly slow. 400 RPM and 5/8 Hurricane bow guide. Look at these beautiful shavings. Well, the bottom is trued out, and what I want to do is start bringing this out and making it true on the outside so I can get a flat part and divide up the middle of this where I want my design to flow. When using steel wool, if I can, I apply plenty of pressure to the steel wool where the steel wool is burnishing the wood. I mean, you don't see no sawdust, no dust coming out of this. But it's cutting back on all the raised fibers, and it's actually putting a sheen already on the wood without any type of finish. Now I feel very good about this piece. I still have a line over here, but that line is going to be kind of disappearing because I'm going to put my texture tool on the outside and create this a little bit of a, give this a little bit of detail. And I'll probably do that, a ring here and a ring on the top. The wood, it's beautiful, but it's you know, it's very uniformed, and it doesn't have a lot of the super highlights that I would expect on my normal turnings. Speed with this is going to be about excuse me. It's going to be about 600 RPM. And I let it spin a few times without really moving it. Depends on what I want to do. That's actually 650 RPM. Let's see what we got. Okay, I got a nice, clean V-groove. I could go deeper than that, but I think that that is fine. And the tool that I find the best to go in there and define the outside edges of that is actually my parting tool. A little bit of an angle. And that looks pretty good. Now, to get a little distinction on that, because the lines do seem a little lost. Now, I don't always try to emphasize stuff. I try to leave a very subtle effect. But in this case, I need some sort of a highlight on this. Turn it up. And this is a stainless steel wire. Forgot where I got it from. A couple of small holes, and I got a knot on the end of each one of these to hold it up, so it holds its shape. Now, much better of a highlight over here. Without that, these lines would have kind of been lost. One more sanding, get rid of some of this crisp edging that the wire did.
Now on the bottom.
If you want to achieve that, I'm not going to put one on the bottom because it's facing down. But if you wanted to get burned, you could use a piece of formica or something inside and get a burned edging just like that. I'll probably do that on the top. I was just getting ready to make a separated line and do the same thing over here. But like I said, this is the bottom. I don't want to do that. But I do want to sand the base of that foot. this area, I'm not going to touch that again. So I'm going to Yorkshire grit and finish up the base other than the very bottom of the foot. Finish it off, OB Shine Juice. And this is still my preferred method of finish. Nothing fancy about it. It's a home, make it a home. It's boiled linseed oil, denatured alcohol, and shellac. I have substituted at one time the boiled linseed oil to tung oil, and I like the results just as well. I did find it to clump up inside the bottle a little bit more than the boiled linseed oil. But the finish was very much the same, the durability. People ask me about the durability on this. They're like, oh, I apply it and a couple of days later, it's gone. Either you're not applying a sanding sealer to your piece or a Yorkshire grit, whichever one you decide you want to apply, but you need one or maybe even both. I do not do both because I don't like giving myself extra work. I like keeping it as simple as I can. And in all honesty, as inexpensive as I can with that. Look at that chambouillance. Can you see that? The wood really reflects light on the two ends of the end grain. I'm sorry, the side grain. On the end grain area, it doesn't quite do that as well. But really, really going through over here and here, of course. Time to get this off the lid and see what it looks like on the other side. On the other side, I still had a couple of ridges over here, but that's where I'm going to be putting my spiral, here and here. But you can see that on this particular case, it still gave me a nice finish as well. So time to go in there with my 3/8 and start cleaning this up. And then I'll probably use my hollower, gooseneck hollower. I got a long ways to go. I'm only out to see here for Pete's sakes. I thought I was much further than that. Okay, so because I cannot use a line on here to do to darken up my my lines, I'll use a piece of wood. This is colored orange, but it's just wood. There it is. I'm going to sand that. I think that looks pretty good. The lines are pretty well defined with the with these break grooves in there. And it stands out pretty well, the finish. You know, just Aubergine juice and of course the Yorkshire grit, and it's just amazing. Time to give it an inside finish as well. I'm going to apply lacquer on the inside. I think it looks pretty darn good. You know, I had somebody say, you know, that for somebody who doesn't look for perfection and shine, that I always get to shine, and that I should do what I preach. Sometimes, I gotta say, people just don't have anything good to say, so therefore they say a lot of crap. Now this is a little rough on the back side, on the bottom side. And seeing that I got such a nice finish on all of this, I am going to put a piece of paper towel on the chuck before tightening that up. And basically just sneaking it in tight against the shoulder of the jaws. That's nice and true. So I'm gonna send it back to 220 and steel wool it. I don't want those lines on the back. I'm going to bring the life center in there, my tailstock, just so I can gouge that up a little quick. Well, the turning is done. I have to go inside and put it together for you guys. Well, inside and out, the detail lines came out pretty nice, I think. And the foot, the base, everything just, I think, came out pretty nice. You know, I could, you know, it's very easy for you to get carried away with these type of details. Don't go into the temptation. Do it modest. In this case, I have the one that originally I was going to put it up. I thought the body would have been too long without any type of a highlight, so I split that up and made it a total of 3. And I think this is it. So out of those designs that I made, that I drew up, that is that piece. And I think I got it. I hope you like it. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And hit the like button and share it with your friends. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.